I swear Dodge knew exactly what they was doing. They sat in a room and said, "Alright guys, how do we convince teenagers to make questionable financial decisions?" And someone stood up and said, "Oh, let's make Loud B8 give more angry face and put Lil B logo on it. It make a down dinosaur." And everybody said, "Perfect." Because somehow the second a Scat Pack drives by, every 18-year-old brain goes to mush. And don't even take that as it is, mine included. I mean, I see one on Facebook Marketplace and my brain immediately starts making a whole movie out of it. I'm driving down the road, everybody's looking. The sun hits the paint perfectly. I'm over here listening to some Jeezy feeling like a hard ass. And I'm like, bro, I've been fucking bullshitting. I'm not making enough money to afford that damn car. You cannot just finance a $40,000 car because it sounds cool. The first mistake people make when they fall in love with a car is they fall in love with the car but not the numbers. You don't even know if you can afford it. You don't know the insurance, you don't know the maintenance, you don't know what happens when something breaks, but somehow in your mind you've already picked out the name. You've already imagined where you're going to park it, you've imagined it in your driveway, you imagined taking those Instagram pictures with it. You've already thought about what your Instagram caption is going to be. You literally went, "I like this car," to "this is my destiny." And the car doesn't even know you exist. The car is sitting peacefully in a dealership parking lot, sitting behind a $40,000 tag, while you're sitting at your mom's wondering when you're going to be able to afford the car. I mean, everybody's guilty of opening up Carvana. Carvana's going to tell you can afford any car you want. Carvana has a special ability of making you feel like you're a financial genius for a whole total of like 15 minutes. You see the car you've been looking for, 38,000. Looks clean, low miles, big wheels, beautiful pictures. Then you scroll down and you see estimating payment, $599 a month. And your brain immediately goes, "Wait, I can actually afford this." Congratulations, you entered the most dangerous stage of car shopping. And this is where the delusion phase comes in. Because of that little payment, you think you're a CEO. Already imagine yourself picking it up. You're telling your friends, "Yeah, I'm probably going to go get one soon." And you haven't even applied yet. You don't even know what the bank thinks about you. Yeah, you think you're actually going to get it at that price. But once you actually think you're going to get it there, you put your information in, that $599 payment disappears. The screen starts looking like a horror movie. Interest rate starts coming out. 26.66 APR. The down payment says, "Yeah, we're gonna need a little over half the fucking car payment." That's like 15, 20,000 just to fucking sit in the Scat Pack. You're sitting there feeling dumb like, huh? What the fuck? 5 minutes ago, this car was looking affordable, but now the website's basically saying, "Congratulations, you can own this car if you sell your organs and your left shoe." And that's the part people forget. The car price isn't the only thing that matters. Your credit, your income, your loan terms, your interest rate completely changes the game. A $40,000 car is a good rate, is one thing, but a $40,000 car with a terrible rate is going to be a completely different nightmare. You're not just buying a car, you're buying a loan attached to it. You're paying more than what the car is worth in interest. Probably. Alright, anyways, enough riding the meat. Let's talk about what actually works. Because I'm not saying don't buy the car. I'm saying buy the car when it isn't gonna mess you up. You know, put it in your. I ain't even gonna say that on YouTube. But anyways, the first thing, and I mean for real, the first thing you need to do is build your credit. And I know that's boring. Nobody wakes up excited going, "Let's go! My credit went up 6 points." Nobody celebrates that. That's like one of the most boring parts of trying to go get a car. You gotta sit there and spend money on stuff that you really don't want to spend money on, but you got to because you have to prove that you can pay money back. But it's not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing at all. Because if you can prove that you can pay your gas money back, pay your little going out and buying an outfit. You know, everybody trying to be the freshest dude on Instagram, but you know, if you can pay those kind of things back, 6 months from now, you'll be in a whole different boat where you're not going to get taxed out the ass on that car that you want. A good credit score is going to save you thousands of dollars in the long run. Your credit score is literally just your reputation with money. It tells lenders, "Hey, this person does what they actually say they're going to do." It holds you accountable. And that's one thing you got to be if you're going to own one of these cars. You got to be accountable. Because you don't want to make the first payment on the car and then by the time next month comes around you're like, "Oh shit, I can't afford this car." And you got the embarrassing ass repo man in your yard trying to take your car. Probably going to end up on one of them freaking faceless YouTube channels where they taking people's cars. Save money first. Save a down payment. I know everybody wants to put nothing down because putting money down feels like you're losing money, but you're not losing money. You're buying yourself a better situation. Every dollar you put down is one less dollar you're paying interest on. That's $10, $15, $30 off of your monthly payment. Plus, that's like that. Putting an extra $1,000 down might be an extra $2,000, $3,000 that you're not paying in interest. And if you really are scared to be feeling like you're throwing money away, not putting a down payment down is throwing money away. 'Cause that's like setting money on fire. All because you don't want to wait an extra few months. And if buying this car is something that you feel like you have to force yourself to do because it's scary and you feel like you might not make a payment, the first thing you're going to have to do is increase your income. Working at Walmart or working at McDonald's, yeah, it might be okay money, but it's not Scat Pack money. People in Scat Packs are people that own businesses, people that's got daddy's money, people who are entrepreneurs. I mean, be realistic with yourself. How cool do you look pulling up to a McDonald's in a Scat Pack, knowing that you still live with your parents and every single dollar you make, clock it in, has to go to that car. Gas to get to work, all that, insurance to get to work. Those things matter. So learn some more skills or start a business, work harder, create opportunities, because a $40,000 car feels completely different when you make $40,000 a year versus when you make $100,000 a year. It's the same car, but you have a different reality. I'll use a real world example. When I first moved to my barbershop, I made $8,000 my first month, and I felt like I was on top of the world. I thought I was going to have a Scat Pack in 2 or 3 months. But as you start to make more money, you get a little more lazy. And that's where I messed up. I'm finna have to go on a 90-day run to get this car. I'm even, for example, this YouTube video, this is me trying to start another income stream, because you're going to have multiple income streams. Affording a car is not easy. Anybody who makes it seem easy, yeah, it might be easy now, but it took them years of work and dedication to get to where they are in their point in their life where they can afford that car and it be easy. But anyways, let's get to the numbers. Now, yeah, this is probably going to humble a lot of people, but let's say you find your dream Scat Pack, 2019 Charger Scat Pack, $38,000, looks clean, low miles. You're thinking, yeah, this is the one. Slow down, Batman. Let's see what this thing actually costs. Say your credit isn't terrible, but you're still young. Maybe you're like 18, 19 with a thin credit file. Let's say you get a 12% interest rate on a $38,000 car. Taxes and fees, you're probably looking closer to $41,000 financed. And over 72 months, you're looking at about $800 a month. And that's with a decent rate. But wait, you forgot, let's add insurance. You're 18 driving a 485 horsepower V8. Insurance companies see that and basically start sweating. Let's say insurance is about $350 a month. Your now $800 car payment just became $1,100, almost $1,200 payment a month. And don't forget the fact that this thing drinks gas. I mean, it literally consumes it. Let's say you drive a normal amount of miles, maybe 1,000 miles a month. Where I live right now, premium gas is about $3.50 to $4 a gallon, and I live in one of the cheapest states you can buy it. You're probably going to spend around $200 to $300 a month on just gas. And then let's be real, if you're going to be driving a car like this, you're going to be pushing that hoe. You're going to have to get oil changes. You're going to have to get new tires all the fucking time, because you're going to be burning rubber in that building. But anyways, you're going to have to get brakes because you're going to be braking from going fast. You're going to have to repair shit because you're going to be pushing that hoe. I mean, a set of tires that are actually going to give you traction on the car are easily going to be over $1,000. You hit one pothole wrong and your wallet starts seeing heaven. So let's get down to the part that's actually important. The real monthly cost of owning a Scat Pack. So let's just add everything up. Car payment, $800. Insurance, $350. Gas, $250. Maintenance, let's say $100 a month. You're now around $1,500 a month for a car, not a house, a car. And here's where people get themselves. They say, well, I make $3,000 a month. Okay, that sounds good until you remember you have to eat. You need a phone, you need somewhere to live, you need clothes, you need emergency money. A car cannot be your biggest monthly expense. Okay, now the moral of the story, Bruh, just build your credit. Get 6 months to a year, and I mean at the least 6 months to a year. I mean, be realistic, bruh. At 18 years old, nobody's gonna look at you and be like, "Yeah, I really want to give this guy a scat pack." You're gonna have to prove that you're financially responsible enough to have the car. You gotta make sure you don't get no tickets, cause you don't want that insurance to be a crazy amount of money, bruh. I mean, get 0 tickets. Try your hardest not to speed until you get the car, obviously. I mean, everybody's gonna want to speed in the car, but. And I'm not saying to speed. YouTube, I'm not telling y'all to speed. But seriously, save up 5, 10. Really, you want to go for 15,000 down. Have that 6 months to a year of credit built. Find you a co-signer, man. I don't know if y'all got parents that got good credit, grandparents that got good credit that would be willing, but find you somebody with great credit and a lot of history to go as a co-signer. And please, and I mean please, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy with a $50,000 car but $12 in his bank account. And then on top of that, a phone screen that's cracked worse than his financial future. Deuces.